The John Cena US Open Challenge officially starts now. You want some? Come get some!
Oh my! The Hitman, Bret Hart!
I'm here for one reason.
To introduce to you, Sami Zayn!
The biggest moment in Sami Zayn's young career. Sami Zayn starting to build momentum. Can Sami Zayn capitalize for the United States Championship in what would amount to be one of the biggest upsets in WWE history? Sami Zayn perhaps with a, I don't know, checking the shoulder area.
He's got a lot of heart, a lot of will, intestinal fortitude. Heard or not, this kid is gonna go out here and try to pull off the biggest victory of his career against John Cena. You gotta give it up for Sami Zayn.
Look at this! Look at Zayn! Roll up Cena! Almost caught him!
Kid trying to fight through the pain right here.
Look at Sami, look at Sami, look at Sami! Sending himself, oh, and planting Cena with a DDT!
What a move!
Blue Thunder Bomb! Blue Thunder Bomb for the championship! And a kick out by Cena at 2.5! Cena's in all kinds of trouble. What's he gonna do against Sami Zayn? AA! And AA to Zayn! Cover! Hook to the leg! Cena, oh no! Zayn kicked out! Zayn kicked out of the AA! Cena can't believe it! What an incredible showing by Sami Zayn! And the ever-resilient United States champion John Cena will retain the title over a game Sami Zayn. What an incredible moment and what an incredible opportunity for the former NXT champion, Montreal's own Sami Zayn.
Last week, Sami Zayn laid down the challenge. NXT champion Kevin Owens has accepted, and tonight, Zayn and Owens will stand face to face inside the NXT ring.
Everybody, and welcome to NXT here inside the NXT Arena in Full Sail University.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first weight 200-pound Crowe.
Kicking things off here with one of the more unique and eclectic individuals here in NXT. We just figured this guy out, Byron.
One of the most puzzling pieces of human life we have ever seen on NXT.
Brazier around the Performance Center a lot, but this guy's deal.
Solomon Crowe is a very unique individual, but he feels like he's standing up for the misunderstood, for the freaks and the nerds in the world. He's standing up for them. That's his mission. Byron should be friends with him.
I'll pass.
Tonight, Takeover is live on the WWE Network. You see a matchup between Baron Corbin and Rhino.
I personally hope so. I don't think anyone in Baron Corbin's lifetime has ever called him out, Rhino stood in the center of that ring and challenged Baron Corbin, and Corbin's yet to answer him.
Yeah, Rhino basically went to the house. The big bad wolf started banging on the door. Only problem is we don't have an answer yet.
We don't have a door anymore either.
That too.
It's going to be an interesting matchup. Baron Corbin.
Look at Crowe.
Crowe right out of the gate, strong.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, that's quite a response.
Oh, malice. Part of Baron Corbin. Corey, you're very fond of saying that Baron Corbin doesn't get paid by the hour. We've seen him.
Look at what's happening to Solomon Crowe right now.
Yeah, let's not talk about Baron Corbin's pay scale. He's absolutely beating the tar out of Solomon Crowe.
What I'm trying to get to here is that it has not taken Corbin long to defeat all of his opponents here at NXT. Seems to be taking his time tonight, though.
Treating Solomon Crowe like he's a ping pong ball.
Oh, man, look out. Corbin could be setting up for the end of days. Goodness.
Wow.
Instead, it almost seems like Corbin was irritated and almost offended that Solomon Crowe came out of the gates gunning right for him. He seems to be enjoying inflicting this punishment on Crowe.
Crowe might make him want a trip back to Anonymous, Ohio after this one.
Get your hands out of his hair. Come on. Get your hands out of his hair.
Oh! Solomon Crowe's not done. Uh-oh. Oh! Crowe's starting to pick up some offense.
There's something about this Solomon Crowe. He just, I don't know what makes him tick, but keeps on going.
What a kick right to the side of Corbin's jaw.
Corey, have you ever seen
Oh.
Bell? Hang on! Oh, man, end of days.
Here is your winner, Baron Corbin.
What that was right there was a message. Baron Corbin was toying with Solomon Crowe, and he just let a message out there that he can end things whenever he sees fit.
Watch this. I've never seen end of days delivered from the rope.
He picked Solomon Crowe out of thin air.
One more time. Watch this impact of Solomon Crowe. My God.
Corey, I was just about to ask you the question. Have you ever seen anybody put up that type of offense against Baron Corbin?
It was a very impressive showing by Solomon Crowe. I mean, take nothing away from him. But, uh-oh.
I think someone's at the door.
So you're the other unstoppable force everybody's talking about. Are we gonna do this or what?
Oh! I think it was. Rhino and Corbin. And the locker room emptying out.
Yeah, let him go right now. I want to see this.
They're going to need the whole locker room to separate these two.
And Corbin not wasting any time. I think we have our answer. Corbin and Rhino.
We're not going to make it to TakeOver. They want to do this thing right now.
Oh! Rhino, Corbin, everyone in sight.
Nobody's safe.
You're gonna
This is gonna be good, guys. Someone is going to get hurt.
Baron Corbin and Rhino set to collide 1 week from tonight. Live on the WWE Network at TakeOver.
Well, still to come tonight, we have a massive tag team matchup. Finn Balor teams with Hideo Itami to do battle with Prince Pretty, Tyler Breeze, and the original Rosebud himself, Adam Rose. This one you are not going to want to miss. Earlier this week, our Byron Saxton was able to catch up with Finn Balor and get his thoughts on the triple threat match at TakeOver.
Finn, if you win the triple threat matchup, who would you rather face for the NXT Championship? Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens?
If I win, first of all, Tyler Breeze, I'm not fooled by Tyler Breeze. I know that he's a very dangerous guy. Myself and Hideo, well, we've been friends for a long time. Everybody knows that. But all that's going to be put aside. I will win the triple threat match, and I will become #1 contender. With regards to who I want to face, well, you know, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn I consider one of the absolute best in the world. Kevin Owens, myself and Kevin have a lot of history together, and it still bothers me that I didn't walk out NXT champion the last time we faced. But it doesn't matter. Whoever wins, all they need to know is that the demon of Finn Balor, he won't be far behind.
You have never messed with anybody like me.
All your hopes and dreams, everything you ever wanted will be left in a pile of rubble. The future is now.
Payback is coming, and it's a fatal four-way.
Can't fight the friction. What an RKO by Orton. Coming right Superman punch. Ambrose, starting deeds.
WWE Payback, this Sunday, live on WWE Network.
We want to say thank you to Motionless in White for their song Unstoppable off of the album Reincarnate, the official song of NXT TakeOver, Unstoppable. Speaking of Unstoppable, our broadcast journalist partner Byron Saxton was able to catch up with Tyler Breeze to get his thoughts 1 week away from TakeOver.
Tyler, if you manage to be successful in the triple threat match at TakeOver Unstoppable, who would you rather face, Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens?
First off, if I'm successful at TakeOver, I think I, more than anyone else, has proven that it doesn't matter if you put a flavor of the month like Finn Balor in front of me, or if you put Hideo Itami in front of me. It really doesn't matter. I'm going to be what I was before, and that was #1 contender. And then I'm going to move on, and I'm going to face whoever. It really doesn't matter, because I am going to be the NXT champion, and I can bring the NXT title back to Cuteville where it belongs.
The following contest is a Divas match scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Boston, Massachusetts, she's the NXT Women's Champion, Sasha Banks.
Well, the boss is in action tonight, but next week, Sasha Banks puts her NXT Women's Championship on the line against #1 contender Becky Lynch. And as our divas have taught you, this one very well may steal the show at TakeOver.
Right now it is the NXT Women's Champion, Sasha Banks, getting set for one-on-one action. Next week at TakeOver, Sasha will defend the championship against Becky Lynch. And I think some people might say that Sasha felt embarrassed by what happened last week during the contract signing.
When was the last time you saw somebody get the best of the boss? Becky Lynch did it in the center of the ring in front of the world. I can tell you that motivates Sasha Banks, though. She wants to make a statement here tonight.
Just because Becky got lucky last week does not make her better than me.
I am the NXT Women's Champion. I made you, Becky. I made your name. And at NXT TakeOver, I'm gonna show every single one of you why I am the boss of NXT. And if you don't believe me, just watch me. Ring the bell.
There is some truth to that statement. You know, Sasha is the one that gave Becky an opportunity to be seen.
Some people would argue that Becky Lynch grabbed the opportunity that she had in front of her, made her own way.
Can't forget what Becky said. Hold on.
Look out. Shoulders are down and a kick out by Sasha Banks. Backslide here. This would be an upset.
Sasha might be a little distracted. Yeah, Becky said during that contract signing last week, I'm not here to take part, I'm here to take over.
Here the NXT Universe. Gonna let's go Sasha and a let's go Black Shorts chant going on here. Very inventive NXT Universe here tonight.
That's one way to describe them.
So we have blue pants and black shorts.
Let's not talk about them. Let's talk about the boss, the NXT Women's Champion, Sasha Banks. That's who we need to be talking about right now.
What do you think of the statement? I made you, Becky.
I think it's hard to argue with. I think if it weren't for Sasha giving Becky...
Oh, look at this, crossbody cover and a kick out.
I think if it weren't for Sasha Banks giving Becky the opportunity, Becky would still be... And Becky might not even have a job these days. Who knows?
You know as well as anyone else, Corey, this business, this industry is about opportunities and what you do with them. Yeah, Sasha gave her an opportunity, and now Becky's taking that opportunity to potentially win the Women's Championship at TakeOver.
And Sasha Banks has no plans to give up her throne.
Double knees. Sasha Banks can connect like that next week. Becky Lynch could be in a very, very bad spot. Let's take another look, Corey. I know you love this.
This is my favorite thing in the business right here. Oh, double knees.
Well, there's a lot of similarities, too, between Sasha and Becky Lynch.
Guys, don't forget, last week during the contract signing, Becky Lynch made Sasha Banks tap out. We talked about Sasha feeling embarrassed.
Well, you just saw Sasha Banks mocking Becky Lynch.
And look at this. If Sasha can get this locked in, the Banks statement. 1 week from tonight, Becky Lynch could be forced to tap out.
Here is your winner by submission, NXT Women's Champion, Sasha Banks.
I was going to say there were a lot of similarities between Sasha. They had a lot in common, but 1 week from tonight, all that comes to an end.
Next week, live on the WWE Network, Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch go one-on-one for the NXT Women's Championship.
Charlotte, last week Dana Brooke said some pretty intense words about you. Do you have anything to say about it?
Intense words. Yeah, the only word that I heard Dana say was jealousy. Tap out chose me. And now Dana Brooke is choosing me?
Hold on. Dana Brooke chose you. Emma chose to take my shirt and take my headband and show me this new side of her and slap me in the face. Well, I have another side of Bailey.
Wait. I've got a word for you. How about TakeOver?
TakeOver on May 20th. Charlotte and I will be there. So Dana Brooke and Emma, we hope that you show up too.
Woo! Woo!
Woo!
Tempers are beginning to flare, and up next, the Princess of Staten Island, Carmella, does battle with Alexa Bliss inside of an NXT ring. You are not going to want to miss this. Which diva will reign supreme?
Everyone at NXT has the same goal. To one day, be a champion.
Seth Rollins has become the first NXT champion.
Walking through these doors, means I'm one step closer to achieving that goal. The voices of the past echo through these halls. And I hear them loud and clear. I've studied their history, but now it's time to create my own.
Oh, this dude. What's up, buddy? Doing, man? It's been so long. How you doing?
How's everything going?
You got your NXT uniform on? You ready to
finally
go?
getting one. I'm finally here, man. I'm ready to do my thing, man.
Ready to show them what you can do?
You already know that, man.
Kill it, dude.
Thank
I'll
you,
see you
bro.
later.
Appreciate it. You too, bro.
I was made to be a champion, so I ride as a champion. All the hard work and the dedication, I survive through any situation. Do you wanna be a champion? Got what it takes to be a champion. All the hard work and the dedication.
FABULOUS. The following contest is a Divas match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Staten Island, New York, Carmella.
We are ready for Divas action. There's Carmella.
Carmella's that kind of girl you see at the mall during closing time, but you wouldn't dare tell her she has to go home.
What are you doing at the mall at closing time, Saxton?
That's where you get the best deals.
You a mall walker?
Look at those moves. Yeah, go Carmella.
Is that how you get your cardio in?
Glitz,
Mall walker?
sparkle.
Get there early in the morning, late at night?
And her opponent from Columbus, Ohio, Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss seems to me a little more your speed, Byron. Like the princess type, you know, imaginary.
I'm trying to say.
I'm saying you hang out at the mall at closing time. That's enough.
A couple of weeks ago, Enzo and Cass putting down the NXT Tag Team Champion Blake and Murphy. Meanwhile, Alexa Bliss and Carmella got into it a little bit after Carmella told off Blake and Murphy. Carmella shoving Alexa Bliss, seemingly out of nowhere.
We've seen a little bit more boldness out of Alexa Bliss the last few weeks.
Alexa just wanted to know what Carmella's problem was with Blake and Murphy. Well, Blake and Murphy, you could argue that they've been nothing but nice to Carmella, although we could say that that's a ploy.
No, you could say they've been overly nice.
Or you could say that Carmella hangs out most of the time with Big Cass and Enzo Amore and has no idea how a woman's supposed to be treated.
What is that supposed to mean?
That's exactly what I said, Saxton.
I'm gonna tell him you said that.
Well, look at this, Alexa Bliss for the victory. Backslide and Carmella with the shimmy free. Alexa Bliss again, crucifix, cover. And again, Carmella to stay alive. Takeover 1 week from tonight. Later on tonight, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens will meet face-to-face in the ring. Ooh. Cover. Carmella for the victory and a kick out. Corey Graves, I don't think we need to remind everybody again, but I mean, it could be a very combustible situation later on.
You're absolutely right.
The leg strength of Carmella. Hold on.
Oh, look who's here.
The NXT Tag Team Champions, Blake and Murphy. What are they doing out here?
Rich, you know what they're doing out here. You'd do the same thing if you were allowed that close to the ring. Just watching the Divas.
How about watching Carmella?
As Alexa Bliss is in a lot of pain right now. Carmella, look at this submission maneuver. Look at, oh, hold on, Alexa almost turned it around.
What are these two trying to prove?
That's my point. At any rate, And Alexa Bliss trying to stage a comeback. And Carmella reeling. And Alexa Bliss.
Oh, some of that crazy agility from Alexa.
Going up top. And look at this.
Wow. I don't know if she got all of it.
They've gotten enough.
Enough to execute the double knees.
Blitz flip, double knees into the midsection, cover! And a kick out by Carmella.
The tag champs looking on. Remember, they took out Enzo and Cass last week.
On Carmella. Hold on, submission maneuver. Oh, doesn't get it locked in. The distraction for Blake and Murphy. And Alexa Bliss taking advantage. Stepping over Carmella.
Well, we know where Alexa's going now. We've seen this before.
Alexa Bliss. Off the top rope, cover.
Glitter, glitz, sparkle, blitz. Here is your winner, Alexa Bliss.
Bliss connecting with the sparkle splash. And maybe getting a little bit of help from Blake and Murphy, Corey.
I don't know what their intention was out here. Maybe it was, I don't know if it was I don't know. I don't know what they're doing out here.
Byron, you said it last week. It was Blake and Murphy attacking Enzo and Cass prior to what was supposed to be a tag team match.
Now what?
Carmella. Murphy and I have been trying to tell you. Yeah, we have been trying to tell you when you hang out with two pieces of trash like Enzo and Big Cass, you're gonna smell like garbage.
Mark my words. Not only are my boys Big Cass and Enzo gonna be at TakeOver next week, they're gonna be walking out the next NXT Tag Team Champions! Oh, and by the way, after you two pathetic pigs lose your titles to my boys, there's only gonna be, let me see, one word to describe you. And I'm gonna spell it out for you. S-A-W-F-T. How you doing?
I think the tag team champions just got served.
Well, remains to be seen if Enzo and Cass are able to compete at TakeOver. Carmella making a bold statement. Will Enzo and Cass be able to back it up? Perhaps we'll find out 1 week from tonight.
Well, speaking of 1 week from tonight, I had a chance to sit down with Hideo Itami and get his thoughts on TakeOver Unstoppable.
Hideo, if you win the triple threat match at TakeOver Unstoppable, who would you rather face? Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens?
Good question. I will beat Tyler Breeze and Finn Balor. Then I want to fight Kevin Owens. Because he is a bad person. And he doesn't have respect for anybody. He doesn't have respect for NXT title. And I don't respect him.
It seems obvious that Hideo Itami has his sights set on Kevin Owens. But up next, He teams with Finn Balor to do battle with Tyler Breeze and Adam Rose in a preview of what could go down next week at TakeOver. Still to come tonight, hear exclusive post-match comments from Sami Zayn after he answered John Cena's United States Championship Open Challenge on Raw. And don't forget, Sami Zayn still has to face off with NXT champion Kevin Owens inside the NXT ring. What is going to happen? I cannot wait to find out. But right now, our Devin Taylor is standing by backstage with divas Dana Brooke and Emma.
Emma, Dana, earlier tonight we heard from Charlotte and Bayley, and the two of them issued a challenge against you guys. What do you have to say about that?
Well, hey, if Bayley wants me to slap some more sense into her, I'll do it. I'll give her exactly what she wants.
And Charlotte thinks I'm jelly of her? Please. She's got to realize that I am not jealous of her. I'm actually doing her a favor by letting her know she's going to be passed by.
So that means we accept.
See you at TakeOver. Oh, and I forgot.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Busha Bahamas, weighing 218 pounds, Adam Rose.
We got no Rosebuzz this week. I'm not mad at that.
An unlikely duo, what do you say?
And his tag team partner, currently residing in his seasonal residence in Patagonia, Chile, weighing 204 pounds, Tyler Breeze.
These two probably have a little more in common than you think. They live in exotic locations, they share a penchant for fur, fashion, they party. I can see why they could get along.
Do we have confirmation that Tyler Breeze parties?
Oh, come on, Rich. Look at him. The guy knows how to have a good time. You never hung out with him.
I didn't say he does not have a good time. Since he party like Adam Rose parties.
Well, that's saying a lot. I like to think Tyler Breeze is slightly more civilized.
Adam Rose is, in his words, says he's bringing the sleazy side of himself out.
Adam Rose is out here dressed like a pirate. Okay? Let's just call it what it is.
I think he looks more like, I don't know, like the guitar player of an 80s rock band.
Yeah, a lot of them look like pirates as well.
And their opponents, first from Tokyo, Japan, weighing 180 pounds, Hideo Itami.
Adam Rose and Tyler Breeze have combined here to take on Hideo Itami and Finn Balor. 3 of the 4 competitors in this matchup taking part in a triple threat match to become the #1 contender. That'll take place next week at TakeOver, live on the WWE Network.
The important thing to remember, though, is that match is next week. Hideo Itami and Finn Balor need to coexist tonight if they want to walk out of here victorious.
team partner from Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland, weighing 190 pounds, Finn Balor.
Don't forget it was Hideo Itami who brought Finn Balor to NXT.
These two have a long and storied history together. Balor and Itami spent time all over the world together, significant amounts of time in Japan. They could be considered friends, but at TakeOver, when the #1 contendership's on the line, there are no friends. You can't have any friends.
I tell you what, there is a special energy in the air whenever Finn Balor makes his entrance.
The question here is, how will Hideo Itami and Finn Balor function as a team tonight, knowing that in 1 week they will battle for that #1 contendership, but also going back to what happened last week. Some would say that Finn Balor was inadvertently kicked by Hideo Itami.
What do you mean some would say? He was. Itami tried to kick Tyler Breeze and he ended up kicking his friend. Accidents happen. Quit trying to stir it up. They're going to coexist just fine. They're friends. Business is next week.
Breeze and Rose discussing who will start the match off, and Balor and Itami setting their strategy, and it will be Adam Rose and Hideo Itami kicking things off here in this tag team matchup.
I actually feel like the team of Adam Rose and Tyler Breeze have the advantage in this match, simply because they don't have to worry about being opponents in a week. They don't have to worry about competing for one of the most potentially important titles they've ever achieved in their entire career. Hideo and Finn, on the other hand, know that, look, we have to coexist, but it's really not going to matter, because when we're competing to become #1 contender for the NXT Championship.
Listen to those chops by Hideo Itami. Tag made, and Finn Balor.
A little hesitation on that tag.
Yeah. Slingshots himself over the top rope cover. Kick out by Adam Rose. Whoop. Balor picking up the pace. What a drop kick. And there goes Rose with a big clothesline down to the outside. Tyler Breeze scurrying away.
Changed his mind. It's understandable.
Hideo Itami and Finn Balor trying to coexist here tonight in this tag team matchup in Control as NXT continues.
I've been through the wars before. I've survived.
What should have been a glorious memory becomes a hideous scar.
Look into my eyes, and you can see I'm a changed man.
If I had to do every single thing over again, I wouldn't change a damn thing.
Seeing is believing. WWE Home Video presents ECW Unreleased Volume 3.
I've been through the wars before. I've survived.
Back here on NXT, Finn Balor, Hideo Itami in control here in this matchup. Cover, trying to put Adam Rose away in a kick out. 1 week from tonight, live on the WWE Network at TakeOver. It will be Balor, Tyler Breeze, and Hideo Itami in a triple threat matchup to determine the new #1 contender for the NXT Championship.
Let's not forget, this is a showcase right now for all these guys, for Finn Balor to show Tyler Breeze, to show Hideo. This is what you have coming to you next week.
Oh! Balor going hard down to the outside.
That's not what he was going for.
Tag made it on Tyler Breeze, the legal man. Lots of excitement surrounding NXT. We'll see a takeover next week, but also some of the live events coming up this week. Philadelphia, Albany, New York. So Tyler Breeze in control. Hook of the leg, Finn Balor able to power out.
Can't forget what Tyler Breeze has said over and over about Finn Balor and Hideo. They're saying they're the flavors of the month. This is his land. He controls it.
Look at Adam Rose stomping back of Finn Balor with the referee's attention turned towards Tyler Breeze.
So veteran maneuver, just maximizing an opportunity.
Rose tagged in, now the legal man. Beautiful snap suplex by Rose, trying to put Balor away. And a kick out at 2. Corey, what's your prediction for next week? Triple threat matchup. What do you think is going to happen?
I think Prince Pretty is going to prove to the world that he's been right all along. He's obviously got a chip on his shoulder. He feels that Finn Balor and Hideo Itami have been treated specially. They don't deserve it. He's going to take his spot at the #1 contender.
I'm going to save myself the opportunity to potentially be wrong and just say we're in line for an incredible matchup.
Beautiful suplex by Tyler Breeze, hooks the leg. Again, Finn Balor able to stay alive.
Like having a sundae with double fudge on top. Good treat.
That's what Tyler Breeze does so well, grounding his opponents. Taking away the aerial attack. Driving Finn Balor into hostile territory. Tag made. Adam Rose, the legal man.
Yeah, look at how well Rose and Breeze are working together. To my point earlier, there's no pressure, there's no tension between these two. They don't have to worry about facing each other 1 week from tonight.
So both teams need to put aside the pressure, put aside the tension, because the fact is, whoever wins the match gets paid more money.
Cover, Adam Rose for the victory.
Yeah,
Kick out
you can say that, but whoever wins at TakeOver is the one that has the chance now to go and compete for the most important prize on NXT, which is the NXT Championship.
Yeah, you're right.
Finn Balor looking for an opening.
You can't tell me they're not thinking about what's going to happen 1 week from tonight.
Balor trying to make it over to the corner. Spine buster by Rose. Cover.
Whoa, 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 that was close.
Wow, what a maneuver by Rose.
Yeah, look at this.
Straight into a Boston Crab.
My goodness. Finn Balor from the spine buster to the Boston Crab, center of the ring. And look at how deep Adam Rose has that Boston Crab seated. Balor trying to reach the bottom rope, and he does. Rose has to break the hold. That's smart, using the 5 count to its maximum. And look at Tyler Breeze. Cover. Rose for the victory. And somehow Balor kicks out.
I would say as this match has gone on, Rose and Breeze have gone from coexisting to more like a well-oiled machine.
What about Finn Balor and Hideo Itami? Hideo's been waiting to get back into this matchup for quite some time. And now the sleeper locked in.
Yeah, the more Finn Balor's in this match, the more the potential that he doesn't enter that #1 contenders match 100%.
Balor trying to keep the blood flowing.
Jawbreaker there by Balor. Created a little bit of space.
Runs right into an elbow, but Pele kick.
Man.
Now Balor just needs to get over to his corner. Does he know where he is? Corey, after being placed in a sleeper and some of the abuse that Balor has taken, how much does that disorient you in the ring?
Right now, Hideo Itami feels miles away to Finn Balor. He's somehow able to make the tag.
And in comes Itami. Fired up.
said it earlier, Rich. He's been seething to get into this match.
Running high knee in the corner. Look at this at Tommy. Going back to the top. Here comes Hideo. Flying clothesline takes out Rose.
Hideo calling the audible.
What impressive strikes by Hideo.
And he's not done yet.
Stalling drop kick. Balor tags himself in.
Uh-oh.
Why would Finn Balor do that?
He's trying to one up Hideo. That's what he's trying to do.
Sling blade to Rose. Tyler Breeze is the legal man. Look at that drop kick. Breeze bouncing off the turnbuckles.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Here goes Finn, but look at this.
I told you, I knew this was gonna happen.
Hideo tagging himself in. Hideo rolled up by Tyler Breeze.
Breeze did it.
Here are your winners, Adam Rose and Tyler Breeze.
Last week, Tyler Breeze left these two laying. Tonight, he steals a victory. Breeze has got to have all the momentum headed into TakeOver.
And I said it last week, and I'll say it again.
Oh, he's doing it again.
Advantage Breeze.
Oh. Beauty shot. Carbon copy of 1 week ago. Tyler Breeze and Adam Rose victorious in this tag team matchup.
There's going to be a party tonight.
Whoa! Supermodel kick to Rose.
Maybe not. Hey, look, you know it's going to be every man for himself in that triple threat match, and Tyler Breeze is making that message loud and clear. And 1 week from tonight, that could be the selfie of the new #1 contender for the NXT Championship.
Prince Pretty standing tall as we head towards TakeOver 1 week from tonight.
Tyler Breeze could very well walk out of TakeOver as the #1 contender and go on to face NXT champion Kevin Owens or this man, Sami Zayn, who was looking for another championship of his own recently on Raw, as Sami Zayn answered John Cena's United States Open Challenge. Let's take a look back at the footage. Sami Zayn in his hometown of Montreal, Quebec, Canada, answering John Cena's United States Championship Open Challenge. Everyone in Montreal was on their feet, but then this happened. As you can see, Sami Zayn suffering some sort of shoulder injury, shrugging off the doctors, his will to compete, his will to fight, just too strong, and he took Cena to the limit. If you weren't a fan of Sami Zayn before this, you were after. John Cena, a little too much for the former NXT champion, but what a battle, and that's what it's all about right there. Sami Zayn earning the respect of the top dog, John Cena. What a moment, what a reaction from his home crowd, from John Cena. You gotta be proud of Sami Zayn.
I don't know if this information will be made public or not right away, but you could probably tell what happened out there. Just coming out, just getting on the stairs and being fired up and moving my arm, felt something kind of tweak in my shoulder. What the hell was that, you know? And then literally 30 seconds into that match, you know, he gave me a back suplex and I felt my shoulder just, I don't know, it's never popped out, but I think it might have popped out, popped back in, or torn. I really don't even know the extent of the injury yet. This is also fresh, so we'll find out. But so it's really hard to fully get my head around everything that happened or really fully appreciate what happened. But I mean, you know, hometown, you know, friends, family in the crowd, and all those people, and just being like, man, what a response. Pretty surreal. And I think maybe tonight when, you know, I'm not thinking about this and I'm not thinking about anything else, I'll be able to kind of take a minute and just really think about what just happened. You know, right now I'm still trying to get my head around it and figuring this thing out, and you know, but it was pretty surreal. This is obviously physical, but there's some mental toughness that needs to come with it, and that's to not let it get in your head, and to know that you could still beat Kevin, you know, in a title match when it counts, despite an injury or not. You know what I mean? Because if you go out there knowing, oh God, I'm really hurt, I don't know about this one, well, you're already done. So.
Well, Sami Zayn better hope he's 100% heading into TakeOver, but up next, the time has arrived. Sami Zayn face to face with NXT champion Kevin Owens inside the NXT ring. In a match that was just announced, Charlotte and Bayley laid out the challenge. Dana Brooke and Emma gladly accepted it. Tag Team Divas action at TakeOver Unstoppable.
Guys, this could be a very combustible situation.
Yeah, you go back to how we got this match at TakeOver confirmed between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. He questioned his manhood, he questioned his role as a father, and in the process, he got what he wanted. And that's a rematch 1 week from tonight against Kevin Owens for the ultimate prize.
Zayn set to stare each other down face to face in the ring tonight. Very personal.
Hey. We're not here to fight. And yeah, I hurt my shoulder wrestling John Cena, but make no mistake about it, I am ready for TakeOver. This match is happening. The time for the mind games and the attacks, okay, that's behind us right now. Right now, all I want to know, just once and for all, just tell me. Tell me right in my face, right in front of everybody, just tell me once and for all, why? Because everything you're putting out there, everything you're saying about doing it for your family and providing a better life for your family, like, I know there's an element of truth to that, but I'm not buying it. So just tell me. Just tell me once and for all. Look me in the eye and tell me why. What is it? What is it, just jealousy? Is that it? Is it just simple jealousy because I got here first? What do you think? Like, do you think like somehow that if I didn't get here and I didn't pave the way for us, for guys like us, that maybe you wouldn't have got here or something? What is it?
Is it worse than that? Is it more personal than that? Wait a minute. What is this? Is this about your son? Because, hey, listen, I always just thought it was cute, but I don't know if it's like a big deal to you or something, because he'd rather wear a Sami Zayn shirt to school than a KO shirt? What, because he runs around the house with like a Sami Zayn wristband? Is that all this is about? What is this? So that's it, huh? Even after all this time, you have nothing. You have nothing for me? You have nothing to say?
You know what, Sami? Everything you just said is completely irrelevant. Because I know the truth. After I took the NXT title from you, you went home and you told everyone it was because you needed to clear your head. But I know it's because you were hurt. I know you're still hurt. I know I'm the one who hurt you. I know exactly what the injury is. And I know how I hurt you. And at TakeOver, I'm gonna do it again. But this time you're not coming back.
Things are happening so quickly.
It's gaining momentum daily. You can't fight Fate.
The entire world knows about it. You can feel the energy.
Watch out.
You have no idea what's coming.
NXT is taking over the world.
Nothing's gonna stop me.
It's gonna be a hell of a fight.
There are no limits.
Unstoppable.